Hey everybody, we're now going into week 3 of my 31 Days of October weekly series where I discuss 5 underrated horror movies. And this week I'm going to count down my top 5 list for top 5 underrated horror remakes with a couple honorable mentions at the end. First up, Piranha from 2010, also known as Piranha 3D. This is a remake of the Joe Dante movie from 78 and definitely very enjoyable, really good effects, and the scene where Jerry O'Connell gets his dick bit off by a piranha is pretty funny. And also where they show it floating up a couple pair of someone's breast implants. Eli Roth has a cameo appearance in it also, and it's just bloody good fun. And I was glad to see this in 3D. The 2010 remake of I Spit on Your Grave, and in my opinion, this is much more brutal and nastier than the original. And there's even another villain in this movie who is the sheriff who is corrupt. And the girl, after she's raped, she fakes her death and gets revenge on the guys in the movie in brutal frickin' ways. Also from 2010, Mother's Day, and this is Darren Lynn Bousman's version of Charles Kaufman's 1980 remake, and in my opinion, this has more in common with Rogero Deodato's House on the Edge of the Park than it does the 1980 Trauma version, even though there's a reference to Queenie in this one. The 2013 remake of Carrie, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who didn't really care for this, and this is a pretty good remake, even though it's not as good as the original. I mean, at least it's better than the 2002 TV version. And there was a scene that I thought was kind of ridiculous where she's levitating up in the air. And I liked Chris Hargenson's and Billy Nolan's death scene near the end of it. I thought that was a pretty good scene. And all in all, a pretty good remake. Last but not least, the Hills Have Eyes remake from 2006. And it's got the same storyline as in the original, but the family in this is much more brutal, and they're more mutant-like than the original family in the movie. And it's a pretty good, decent movie. Now for the honorable mentions. The 2009 version of My Bloody Valentine in 3D, and saw this in the theater when it came out, and I enjoyed it. And it's got a different storyline than the original, but I mean, at least it's not a shot-by-shot remake. And Jensen Ackles, who was in this, who was also in Supernatural at the time, Jared Padalecki would also go on to star in the Friday the 13th remake, which came out that same year. And also, Tom Atkins' death scene is pretty good. Another one from 2009, The Last House on the Left, and I liked how it was different from the remake. I mean, the original is kind of disheartening to watch, and this one is pretty decent. One of the bad guys in this movie would later go on to be in Breaking Bad, and another one of the bad guys would also go on to be in Fear of the Walking Dead. I think it was like the third or fourth season, and I liked that the Mary character survives near the end, and they all escape the house by the lake, and Krug's death scene at the end with the microwave's pretty cool. That's all for this video, and I hope you've enjoyed this series so far.